Hello, my dear students, and welcome back. I know exams are just around the corner and you're all studying so hard. So today, let's do something fun. We're going to take an amazing journey, a tour deep inside our own bodies to understand a really important chapter. Are you ready? Let's dive right in. Just think about it for a second. You take a bite of that warm, delicious chapati. It's so good. But then what? Where does it go? What's the magic that happens inside you to turn that chapati into the energy you need to run around, play cricket, and yeah, even scroll through your favorite Instagram reels? Well, that's what we're here to find out. Your body is basically a super advanced, incredible factory. And today, I'm going to be your personal guide on a tour to see exactly how that food becomes fuel. So put on your thinking caps and let's get started. Okay, our first stop on the tour is the most important process of all: digestion. This is where the whole journey begins, breaking down our food from big chunks into tiny, tiny particles that our body can actually use. So, this whole long, winding tube you see here, starting from your mouth and going all the way to the end, has a special name. It's called the alimentary canal. A better way to think about it, it's like a magical, super long water slide at an amusement park. Our food goes on this wild ride, and trust me, at every single turn, something new and exciting happens to it. Now, here's a brilliant question, and it's actually in your textbook. Have you ever tried this? Seriously, next time you eat, take a small piece of plain chapati and just keep chewing it. Don't swallow right away. After a few seconds, you'll notice it starts to taste a little bit sweet. How does that happen? It's not magic. It's pure science happening right in your mouth. You see, the secret ingredient is your own saliva. It's a really powerful digestive juice. Your saliva has these special little helpers that immediately get to work on the complex carbohydrates. That's the starch in the chapati. Now think of starch as a long, complicated necklace that your body can't use. Saliva's job is to break that necklace into single beads, which are simple sugars. And that sweet taste, that's the sugar. So you see, digestion starts the very second food enters your mouth. You know what? Let's prove this with a super simple experiment from your book. Imagine we have two test tubes. In test tube A, we'll just put some plain boiled rice. But in test tube B, we'll put some boiled rice that we've chewed for a minute or so. Then we add a little water to both, and finally, we add a few drops of iodine solution. Any guesses on what's going to happen? And there you have it. Look at that. Test tube A turns this dark blue-black color. Why? Because iodine always turns blue-black when it finds starch. But look at test tube B. The color doesn't really change. And that's because the saliva in the chewed rice has already done its job. It broke down all the starch into sugar. Isn't that amazing? Okay, so after we swallow, the food doesn't just, fall down into our stomach. Nope. The food pipe, or the esophagus, gives it a gentle, rhythmic push. It uses this special wave-like muscle movement. It's kind of like when you squeeze toothpaste out of a tube from the bottom up. This makes sure the food gets to the stomach smoothly. From the stomach, the food moves into the small intestine. And you might want to sit down for this fact. If we could take out your small intestine and stretch it out, it would be almost 6 meters long. Can you believe it? That's probably twice the height of your classroom wall. Just mind-blowing, isn't it? So why on earth is it so long? Well, it's because the inside walls are covered with millions and millions of these tiny finger-like things called villi. They're like little hands reaching out to grab all the useful nutrients from the food. That incredible length gives these villi a huge amount of space and time to absorb every last drop of goodness and pass it into our blood. So our factory has done a great job breaking down the food. But these nutrients are like petrol in a car. You can't go anywhere without a spark to release the energy. For our body, that all-important spark is oxygen. So let's start the next part of our tour: the incredible air journey of respiration. Now, pay close attention, because this is a point where a lot of students get confused. Breathing and respiration are not the same thing. Breathing is simple, right? It's just the physical action of taking air in and pushing air out. But respiration, that's the real chemical magic that happens deep inside every single one of your body's cells, where oxygen is used to unlock the energy from your food. So where do we get this oxygen? Well, we breathe it in through our nose, of course. The air then travels down our windpipe and into our two lungs. A good way to picture your lungs is to think of them as two big pinkish sponges that just soak up all the fresh air you breathe in. Now, if we could zoom in like way, way deep inside these lung sponges, we'd find millions of tiny little balloon-like air sacs. These are called alveoli. And this is the main exchange counter. It's here that the oxygen from the air literally jumps into your blood. And at the exact same time, the waste gas, carbon dioxide, jumps out of the blood and into the alveoli so you can breathe it out. It's a perfect swap. So it all comes down to this one magic formula. The glucose, which is just the simple sugar from our digested food, combines with the oxygen that we get from the air we breathe. This kicks off a chemical reaction that releases all the energy we need to live. And what's left over? Just carbon dioxide, which we breathe out, and a little bit of water. This right here, this is the secret to all your power. Okay, before we get to the really important exam stuff, let's take a quick and fun little detour. You know, our human food factory is amazing, but different animals have their own unique factories, specially designed for what they eat. It's actually fascinating. Just look at a cow. They eat really tough grass all day. So what they do is they quickly swallow it first, and then later they bring it back up to chew it properly. We call this chewing the cud. And then you have birds. They don't have any teeth, right? So they have a special super muscular stomach called a gizzard, which grinds up their food for them. So clever. All right, my champions, our fun tour is almost done. Now it's time to get serious and focus on what's most important for you right now, your exams. But please don't worry. After this tour, you know everything you need to know to answer the questions easily. Let's do a quick revision. Come on. These are your golden points, the absolute must-remember facts, okay? Number 1, digestion begins in the mouth. Number 2, the super long small intestine with its villi is the hero of absorption. And number 3, always remember the difference. Breathing is just the physical part. Respiration is the chemical part that actually makes the energy. Got it? Okay, let's try a typical exam question. It's very similar to our experiment. So, Sahil puts plain chapati in test tube A. Neha puts chewed chapati in test tube B. Then they both add iodine. The question is, what happens and why? Take a moment, you definitely know this. And here is how you give the perfect answer to get full marks. First, you state the observation for tube A. Sahil's tube turns blue-black, which shows that starch is present. Next, the observation for tube B. Neha's tube does not change color. And finally, the most important part, the reason. Her saliva has already digested the starch and turned it into sugar. Simple, clear, and a perfect answer. And with that, our amazing journey comes to an end. You now know about the incredible, non-stop work that's happening inside you every single day. So, my final question for you is this. What's one small, healthy thing you can do today to help your body's amazing factory stay happy and run smoothly? Maybe just chew your food a little longer. Think about it. Keep learning, keep being curious, and I'll see you in the next explainer. All the very best for your exams.